Hey guys, in this video I will show you that it's possible to make money on binary options and it's easier to do in evening. I won't start with a large amount, but will disperse my balance from just $1 to prove that to you absolutely everyone can trade. I will show you every step in detail and will use my favorite indicators for these Bollinger Bands and RSI. So watch this video to the end and don't forget to go to my Telegram channel later because there I give even more free signals and analyze some of my strategies. And let's get started. So guys, you see that this is a following. For the period we are going with 7. For the variation you should choose 2. After you can set up the RSI with the overbought level of 80 and the ORS level for 20. And for the period that will be 4. So in this case we are working with the first pair. You see how it's going on really well with the upward tendency. And at the same time I should revise the whole kind of story just to know what is going on here. And I see that it's a great potential for us for the increasing. So, and you see that the RSI is here being in the overbought area. I will move with my investment of $1 guys, and let's then press the call option right now. And guys, yeah, I'm really happy because it was a great fresh start, and you see if you increase the period then the graph becomes really rather. So in this case you see I just made up this kind of customization just to feel convenient while you're working with those types of increasing and decreasing options. As you see in this, it's in the area that is really convenient and seen price-wise, and you see that we have to go to our second currency pair because we need to grow up our balance. And in this kind of view we're working with Canadian dollar and Swiss franc. And let's also revise the whole kind of story. By the way, I want you to stop here for a second. I'm more than sure that after watching various videos you still have questions about trading, my strategies and so on. Therefore, it will be useful for you to know that I have a community of people who, like me, make a living by trading. We have a Telegram group where we analyze trading strategies in detail and share our experience. Also, they analyze in more detail the topics from my videos and sometimes even answer your questions. In addition, I regularly make real-time trading sessions with my subscribers, and I send signals to this group so you can really earn money there with me every day and practice more often. If you're ready to move forward to change your life with me, find the link to our community of traders in the description under this video and click on it. We continue. Right now I see great potential for the increase, though we are having the peaks showing the support and resistance level. And here we're going to the RSI with a period of up to 4. And as far as I told you, this is really convenient and showing us the peaks with the lines. So here we'll go on with the up part of Bollinger Bands corridor, and you see it's a great potential for us to work with $2 in our investment. And let's then press the call option right now. Yeah, that was really obvious. I see that I'm having great profit while working with the increasing options have provided by this quartz. So we see that after we saw this kind of candlestick, that has just crossed the mid-range line here of the Bollinger Bands. That's why we just made up as a great entry point. So let's go to our third currency pair to have some profit also from this currency pair, guys. This is the Swiss franc gains and Japanese yen. A great kind of story that we are working with. You see that in this part of the graph we are working with the quotations in the same kind of area, but for the previous part of the graph, it was the real kind of story was a bullish market. So let's go on. Let's see something interesting in this chart. You see some kind of uncertain situation being for so long. As far as I told you, I will move into my investment. Let's say it will be $3, why not, in our investment box. And I see that it's not a certain situation though. Let's go on and let's then try the put option right now. Yes, I'm having a short period of time this amount of money, and also any type of sum makes me really happy. So it was really good again, good start because we're working with the lower part of the Bollinger Band corridor. And let's move on to fourth currency pair. Here we engage Japanese yen. So in this type of story, we're working with a surely bullish market that is happening here. You see that though the situation is providing us with some kind of bearish, slightly falling downward tendency, but at the same time we're working with part of the story with the pull of the Bollinger Bands corridor. So let's move on, because the RSI is also showing us the overbought area and the overbought zone that is providing here for quartz. So let's move on to our $6. Okay, in our investment box, and let's go with put option right now. Again guys, again a great entry point. You see that along with the RSI that provided us with the information, it was really an acceptable case to know that it would go a bit lower. So in this type of view, you see that we just made our great entry point while we haven't had the time before the prices go back to be inside the RSI corridor. So let's go on to our fifth currency pair, the New Zealand dollar / Swiss franc. Here it is. The interesting type of story on this chart of the graphic. You see that although the tendencies are bullish, we'll go with this part of the graph and let's find something interesting and profitable in this type of story. So we'll move on here with my investment and let it be $10. Okay, in our investment box. And if you're a beginner, especially if you're a beginner, I want you to enter only a part, only a percent of your wallet. But as for me, I consider myself being a professional, so in this type of story I'm really sure about making any next move. So guys, I will go with the call option from here right now. Yes guys, really happy that it was also acceptable, because along with RSI we see that it provides us with information concerning the markets that are showing us the case that in morning hours all the zones don't last so long. And in this case it was a good entry point. So let's move on our first currency pair, the Australian dollar against the Swiss franc. So we don't need our time to see what is happening here. And you see that's a great situation again to work through the bullish market that's happening here. I will be sure to go onto my investment, so let it be $20. And I see it's a great potential for us to work with this part of the graph. Let's go with put option right now. Incredible. So I'm really happy that all those quotes weren't stayed above the mid-range line of Bollinger Bands corridor. That's why we can consider that sometimes the market behaves irrationally. But all you need to have is your trading intuition. So in this case, we just made the right entry point also, and let's move on to our second currency pair to gain profit also from it. This Canadian dollar against the Swiss franc. And here this slightly moving apart around the quads of these tendencies. We see that there are many peaks here of prices. And let's go on and let's see what we're having here. In this type of story, I will go with my investment and I will move with $35. So okay, and I see that's a great potential, so work with call option right now. A pretty sweet moment guys, but as you see, all you have to know here while working with the Bollinger Bands is to realize the global trend. The global trend, the global direction here is the key. And as you see, you have to also have your experience in realizing the global and local trends. It's the main situation that you have to deal with while working with the Bollinger Bands and the RSI. So let's go to our third currency pair. This is a great interesting kind of story in this kind of view. You see that all the borders here are going to be narrower, so we are going to move on while seeing the whole kind of view here. At the same time, I need to be sure and to be precise about this part of the graph. So let's see what we're having in our balance. I'll put here in my investment $60. in this box and, well, should be sure about making the next move. So let this be the put option right now. So guys, you see that the prices were below the mid-range for some time, that very mid-range line was Bollinger Bands corridor, and that's why it was a great decision for us to grab our money. So you see that we're working with 1 minute time frame and 1 minute duration of the candlesticks. That's why we don't need much time to realize the entry points, guys. In this case, you have to be stressed, resistance, and really rational. Let's move to our fourth currency pair. And here's some kind of flat situation. We are working without any great fluctuations here, so significant fluctuations have place here. Let's move on and see what we will be having here in a minute. I hope that everything will be working good, and I'm going to my investment. That will be $110 in our investment box, and in this case, guys, I'll try the put option right now. Yes, guys, I'm really happy that I'm having a short period of time, in a minute. Almost I see it's more than $200 on my account. And you see it's a great factor here in this kind of completion. The great factor is a term in this profit of using these indicators is providing an opportunity to make really solid profit on the short-term transactions, both in the high volatilities and low volatilities in this chart. So let's move on to our fifth currency pair. And well, I see that this is an interesting kind of story with the quartz going upwards here, and I see great fluctuations take place here. And this is the upper part of Bollinger Bands that we'll be working with. And I see that I need to go to my investment. I won't lose my time. Let's move on here with $200 in my investment box. And let's press here the put option right now. And yes, guys, this is a great opportunity to work with the Bollinger Bands and the RSI. You see that in this type of story, I recommend you to making the small adjustments to standard deviation multiplier, as you see how it goes on really well with user-friendly type of story while trading. So I recommend you to try this combo, and if you are repeating after me, I consider to enter my Telegram channel that I'll leave in the description under this video. There was a lot of interesting tips and useful signals for all profitable trades, guys. Here it is an also interesting Bollinger Bands corridor that we'll go on working with. I see that for some time along with our morning hours, the RSI is showing us that it's going to cross the level of 20 here. So this very time I'll go and revise the story again. And here it is. So we're going with a bearish kind of tendency, and let's go to our investment box. I'll move on with $360 in my box, and let's move on with our put option right now. Yes, guys, it was also a pretty sweet moment, but at the same time I see that all we needed to do is just realize direction, and you see that the market moves smoothly without any sharp impulses downstairs below in the mid-range of the Bollinger Bands corridor. So let's move on and see something profitable and something similar in our second currency pair, the Canadian dollar, Swiss franc market OTC. And in this kind of story, we're working with this cross the mid-range line green candlestick here, and at the same time we're working with the newborn candlestick. So let's move on while I'm watching for this type of a candlestick to move on, and let's move on to investment. I'll put here in this case then $700. And I know that this was a good situation, but it's my business in this way, because as far as I consider myself being a professional, I know that I'm going to do right here. So in this case, let's move on with put option right now. So So, you see, in this type of story, we just went on really well. I'm a lucky person in this case, guys. You see, I'm having almost more than 1,000 of dollars in my balance. And I don't want to stop here. You see that, of course, like everything else in the markets, allow high types of volatility and temporary phenomena. So that's why you always need to have your intuition and having in your experience any type of situation, cases, and calculations. So let's move on to our third currency pair. And you see that I really like this kind of customization, and I see that in this type of strategy for the beginners and Quotex, I'm sure that it is the best. And of course, in this type of story, we'll go preferably with the next investment of $1,000. And I see that it's surely that with a great situation in realizing the next move, because we were working for so long with the lower part of the Bollinger Bands corridor. But let's move on here with call option right now. Yes, in this case, you see that it worked very well because when with the Bollinger Bands, you make sure you consider the right decision that all those presses were going slightly without any rebounds of the press through the lowest low of the Bollinger Bands channel. So in this case, we realized that in some period of time there will be a slight reversal of the prices. And let's go from here, let's work with the fourth currency pair. And here it's some kind of similar in sometimes a story, and it's the very moment to find something similar as far as I told you. In this case I will move on to my investment of 2,000 here of dollars, and let's move on with call option right now. And yes, I expected this kind of story because you see that those other lines of the Bollinger Bands were a bit narrower, and that's why it was a great decision. Now I think let me pause a little bit. It is most inventive and professional person here with this trading, and let's go to our fifth currency pair. A great kind of a pair here, and I'm watching all the graphic, and I see that it's a great potential for us to move on with the bullish market, though we'll be working with this chart of the graph. And yes, this is kind of a certain type of story, though I think about my investment. I think this should be also $2,000 in this type of story, and I see that RSI is going to show us a great signal of progression here. So let's move on with $2,000 and let's press the put option right now. Guys, really happy that this happened. So guys, I think we just made a crazy result. It's just less than an hour. We turned just $1 into $5,000. I hope you enjoyed this video and you are motivated to start trading with me. And if it's true, then be sure to subscribe my channel so as not to miss all the important videos. And also go to my Telegram channel to receive free signals for practice in your trading sessions. Also watch my other videos because in each of them I give information for beginners and analyze my steps in detail. So guys, thanks for being with me and see you later.